Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 24/7 Sports YouTube channel. I'm 24/7 Sports national analyst Tom Loy, and we are bringing you another commitment from one of the top prospects in the country. Bradenton, Florida IMG Academy top 100 receiver Donovan Olugbode is ready to share some big news and announce where he'll play his college ball. The class of 2025 standout is ranked as the number 69 overall player in the country, number 11 receiver in the 25 class, and number 8 prospect in the Sunshine State. Originally from Illinois, Olugbode is finishing his prep career at IMG Academy in Florida. He's coming off a terrific junior season with the Ascenders, where he totaled 561 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns on 31 catches. On the recruiting front, the 6'1", 200-pounder has narrowed his recruitment to 5 finalists. The schools in play down the stretch include Florida, Missouri, Oregon, USC, and Washington. These 5 have been battling for months in an attempt to land the elite talent. But before we get into that, let's bring in Donovan Olugbode in to talk about his recruitment and eventually learn about his commitment destination. Donovan, how we doing, my man?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. What's the plan, man? You got some people that are joining you. Who's kind of in the building here, celebrating this with you?
I got my brother, my mom, my aunt, my uncle, and my grandma.
Awesome, man. Before we get into the finalists and your commitment, can you tell me a little bit about getting to this point and what a day like this means to not just you, but also your family?
It definitely means a lot just knowing all the hard work that I put in, all the effort, time and effort I put in, just knowing what it comes down to making a decision and making a good decision and going where I feel like I can play at.
And I already mentioned the 5 finalists, but let's dive into them. Let's start with Florida. What has the Gators in it for you down the stretch?
The Gators, definitely Billy Napier, him being a receiver guy, coming from Alabama, coaching guys at receiver position up there, and just him being an offensive coordinator, good guy, good. He knows a lot about the game. Just good receiver coach too, Billy G.
And with Missouri, what has the Tigers in contention?
Probably Kirby Moore and just the whole offensive staff itself. What Kirby Moore does with the offense, how it showcases the receivers, and the development at the receiver position with Coach Peeler and Coach Key, the assistant receiver coach, is good.
Oregon's been pushing hard for you for a long time. What is it about the Ducks that have piqued your interest?
Just Oregon, just how they throw the ball around. They're always going to have a good quarterback in their system. Just the offense as well, just how it showcases receivers and the receiver talents they had in and out of that program.
I know you love that official visit to USC. You were looking fresh in the gear. What has the Trojans in plan?
Definitely Lincoln Riley and Coach Simmons' track record with receivers, just the guys they had at OU and before that, and Lincoln Riley itself as a play caller, one of the best in the nation for sure. So, yeah.
And last but certainly not least, Washington. What has the Huskies in the hunt?
The Washington Huskies, definitely Jeff Fish in his relationships that he has with the NFL and where he's coached and the guys that he coaches. He knows what it takes to get you there and what you need and the abilities you need to become successful at the next level.
All right, Donovan, the floor is yours. Take your time, take a breath. Where are you headed to continue your academic and athletic career?
First and foremost, I would like to thank God, because without him, I wouldn't be in this position that I'm in right now, and him giving me the abilities to play the game I love at a high level. Secondly, I would like to thank my mom for all her sacrifices and hard work she's done over the years to prepare me to be the young man that I am today, on and off the field. Also, I'd like to thank my aunt and uncle, Nikki and Anastasia, my grandparents, my brother, friends, and family for supporting me from day one and always having my back. Also, I'd like to thank the coaches that took their time to help to develop me and develop my craft. Some of the coaches are Coach Ted from the Outlaws, Coach Burt from Midwest Boone, and Coach Boo from Montini High School. Also, all of my trainers from over the years. And lastly, Coach Prentice Gill and the coaching staff from IMG Academy, who helped develop me as a wide receiver and build my craft. Lastly, I would like to thank all the coaches during the recruiting process who took the time and believed in me. And with that being said, for the next 3 to 4 years, I'll be taking my talents to University of Missouri. MIZ.
This is awesome, man. Tremendous pickup from Missouri. The Tigers add an elite pass catcher to a class that already has secured one of the top quarterbacks in the country in Matt Zollers and one of the premier offensive tackles this cycle in Jack Lang. So, Donovan, got to ask, what was it about Missouri that tipped the scales for the Tigers?
Definitely, like you said previously, Matt, and just what he can do with the football, and Kirby Moore in the offense, that combined makes it a good decision and can't go wrong with it.
When did you know it was going to be Missouri?
Probably a couple days after the visit, just got a feeling, and I sat down with my family, broke it down, went over a few things, and just felt like it was the right place.
And share with me the moment you told the coaching staff and just kind of set the stage for me and how they reacted.
First, I called Drink, the head coach, and FaceTime him. I broke him the news. He was extremely excited and happy for me, congratulating me, and he just ready to get this thing on the road. And then I called Coach Peeler, the receiver coach, and let him know the news. He was extremely pumped and excited for me, and yeah, really excited.
You mentioned Coach Peeler, and he played an extremely important role in this decision, but can you share with everybody what that relationship means to you and how he impacted your decision?
Definitely impacted a lot. Just him, a good development coach at the receiver position. Not only just football, just the way he acts around family and outside of the facilities. He's a good man, genuine, and I take that into accountability too.
And lastly, I'm sure there are a ton of Missouri fans fired up at home watching this. So share with them what they can expect from you day one, on and off the field, once you arrive on campus.
Day one, you can expect a hard worker, someone that puts their head down and works and doesn't care what anybody outside noise and just works. And yeah, he's a hard worker.
Donovan, congrats on your big day, man. I want to thank you for sharing your special moment with myself as well as the entire 24/7 Sports Network. We greatly appreciate it and wish you nothing but success during your senior year and obviously beyond that in Missouri.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now let's bring on 24/7 Sports Director of Scouting, Andrew Ivins, to learn a little bit more about Missouri's new commitment. Ivins, how we doing, my man?
Doing good, Tom. One of my favorite guys off the board here, right? Donovan Olugbode. He's a prospect. I think the more you watch him, the more you just like. Polished, skilled, competitive. You heard it from him, that work ethic. He's a guy that, you know, the more you watch, the more you fall in love with him. And I love this fit for Missouri. Back during IMG Academy spring game, Kirby Moore, the offensive coordinator, a few other assistant coaches were there at IMG to watch Donovan, and he was a touchdown machine that day. I think when you pair him with Matt Zollers, one of the top quarterbacks in the country, this is a lethal 1-2 punch, and it's going to be exciting in Eli Drinkwitz's offense there at Missouri.
Everybody always asks, like, who does so-and-so remind you of? So I'm going to do that with Olugbode. Ivins, is there a player comp out there or somebody he reminds you of after seeing him so often over the last couple of years?
Yeah, Tom, there is one, and I don't think it's the cleanest comp, but I think there's some Van Jefferson in him, the former Florida wide receiver who ended up with the LA Rams. You know, Van Jefferson isn't the biggest guy, isn't the fastest guy, but he's just consistently open, and I think with Olugbode, it's kind of the same story. He's a kid we've seen in the 7-on-7 circuit. We saw him last season at IMG Academy, not a ton of production, just around 500 yards receiving, but he's a technician with the footwork. He will find ways to create separation, and he's got trusted hands, and they are big hands, big 11-inch hands. I always say this, Donovan's got some of the biggest paws in the class of 2025, and you look at what Van Jefferson was able to do in the SEC his final season there at UF. He was a trusted option in that offense. I think for Donovan, it's kind of the same story at Missouri. He's a guy that is ready to go, and I'm expecting a big senior season for him here at IMG Academy, which has added a new quarterback. He's going to have Ty Hawkins, the Elite 11 finalist, throwing to him. So this is a huge addition. Fourth highest ranked wide receiver signee ever, or potentially for Missouri. The other guys, Luther Burden, Dorian Green Beckham, and Courtney Crutchfield, who Eli Drinkwitz and co. won last cycle. So big pickup, especially for anyone that follows the SEC.
Those big paws are headed to play for the Missouri Tigers. Outstanding as always, Ivans. I think I speak for everybody and say the scouting department is in great hands with you running the show. I appreciate you as always, my man. But again, I want to thank Donovan Olugbode and his family for sharing their special moment with us at 24/7 Sports. Please like and subscribe to 24/7 Sports YouTube channel and stay locked with all of us here at 24/7 Sports for college football and college football recruiting. I also want to thank all the fans out there for joining us today. But until next time, have a great rest of your day.